Yes, and we are live. Good morning from Nigeria. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you might be watching us from or catching the replay. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Adiola Tolushe. I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, I'm a mom of two beautiful girls, ages 3 and 5. So I have two toddlers. So I used to work for the federal government of my country. I worked for 14 years, but now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I run my own digital business by the side. And today I have an amazing business partner all the way from Germany. Thank you so much, Debbie, for joining me this morning. Thank you so much. So I wanted to go right away and introduce yourself and we get the show started.
Thank you. Thank you, Adeola, for having me here. Hi,
Thank you.
everybody. My name is Debbie Siparani. I'm originally from Indonesia, but I've been here in Germany for 7 years. I'm also a mom, like Adeola. The range of my kids' age is 6 and 4 years old. And right now, I'm still working in a construction industry. And I've been working in a corporate ladder for 20 years combined. And but now the past 2 years I've stepped down from the corporate job and still working my construction job, but just doing it on fewer hours because of this business. So we can dig in more into that later. So I think that's for now. Mhm.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, I want to ask you, what was your life like when you were when you were working in the corporate world, construction, you know, up till when you started the business? What was your life like?
Yeah, 3 years ago, before I started this business, I was type of person who always burn out because of the job. Especially I went abroad a lot and I left my kids a lot. So that was like around 9 months old, my baby, my younger kid, and then the firstborn was only 2.5 years. So when I moved to this country, uh, thankfully I can still bring my work here. So I still work on the same job that I previously had, but um, the pressure is more because I need to travel abroad more often. So every 2 months I needed to travel abroad and then leave my kids away for 4 to 5 weeks. So consecutively every 2 months I travel abroad. So at the time I said to myself, do I want to have this one going for the next years, meaning that I had to leave my kids away pretty often. So at the time, it was pandemic, and I was worried as well about my position. So I looked for some ways how can I do stay home more with my kids, and then without sacrificing my job, and then be independent as a woman, still bring in some income for the kids' education and so forth. So on. Yeah. So that was my life before 3 years ago until I met this business, which thankfully I can run from home. And then I stepped down from my corporate job because of the income that I got from the business. And yeah, the rest is history. So I really thankful for this business.
Yeah, we all have our stories. I've
Yeah.
talked to so many people, and we all at the end of the day, one thing that everybody has in common is that we want to be there for our family, and
Mhm.
also have the financial means to be able to do that. For me,
Mhm.
I didn't have my children on time. Myself and my husband, we struggled with infertility for 11 years. And
Mhm.
then when the children came, I just wanted to be there for them.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, my job at some point was it got busy and I couldn't take care of them. So I knew that something has to give. And then also,
Mhm.
by the time they will be going to college,
Yeah.
by then it will be retirement for me and my husband. And I knew that we had to look for something that will make
Mhm.
us have, like make us prepare for that. And so I
Mhm.
said, it is now that we should start looking for that and not when it's about time for them to get to college. And thankfully, I saw this business and it gave me that opportunity to be able to stay with the children, run the business and also, also go on the journey, start the journey of saving for their college fees. So I'm
Mhm.
like you said, I'm grateful for this online business. So how did you get to know about the online business? How did you get to know about it?
I didn't look for it, to be honest, because since I'm living abroad, away from my parents and family, so Facebook is one of the app that I consume every single day to get in touch with my friends and families back home. So I was just scrolling on my Facebook and then look at the so many ads out there who are offering the businesses from home, especially during COVID, right? So yeah, I was looking on my Facebook on my timeline, and then I saw a lady who was a single mom, and then he ran the business with her three kids, and that was the same feeling, because if I see somebody is doing the same, I'm also a mom. I also want to stay with my kids. I want to also be an independent woman. I also want to afford my kids for financially for their educations in the future, and for myself, yeah, when we're getting old. So yeah, I found it on the social media, and then I watched the webinar, many of webinars before, just to make myself peace of mind. Is it a legit? Is it a true business? Is it an honest one? So can I do it? And because I didn't have any experiences before, so that's how it got start. I got started. I saw an ad. I communicate with this lady how she can do this business. I want to do something like her as well, and that's how I got started. And here I am,
Yeah,
3 years from there.
amazing, amazing. I saw an ad too, but the ad I saw was on YouTube. It
Mm,
was a Jamaican, a man from
okay.
Canada, and then he was talking about a free webinar. So I got curious, and I watched the webinar. So yeah, and then today's Tuesday, so we have a free webinar coming up
Mhm.
today. It's for 90 minutes, totally free. You get to know how you can start your own business, how you can start your own online business, and then you see people from various walks of life share their journeys, where they were before the business, where they are now. So if you are interested in, it's free. You're not paying
Mhm.
anything to watch the webinar. So today there will be a live webinar. It's going to be like 1 a.m. here in Nigeria, and yeah, and in Germany too. But the
Mhm.
beautiful thing is that there is always a replay that you can watch right away. So if this resonates with you, you can see my website. Since Debbie, can you tell me your website, so and put it in the comment section too, so that
Yeah.
if you want
Because
to go with me or you want to go with Debbie, that's fine. Just reach out to any of us, and we will give you the details of how to get access to the info session, to the free webinar. So tell them your website, please.
yeah, my website is www.debisibarani, is Sibarani. There will be a link later on the comment section. Just or reach out to us, and we will give you the free access to that.
Yes, yes. Okay, so when you were about to start the business, were you scared? Were you
Uh,
afraid? And
yeah.
if yes, how were you able to overcome your fear?
Okay. The first thing, why? Of course, we saw an online. We saw mostly everything online. Yeah. Um, but as at that time, I wanted to have changes so bad, because like I said earlier, if I kept doing my job right now, I won't see my kids. I don't know what to going to happen with my marriage, because I travel a lot, and then of course the money is there for the income, but I don't have any time for my kids and my family. So
Mm.
my fear was my of course I fear about the if it's true, if I can make it, if it's for me. But my desire of change is so big at that time, because I prioritize my kids. Because if I keep doing this, then I can forecast what will happen to my life in the next years. So I just took action. I like I said, when I saw the ad, I contacted her, this lady, and then I asked, and is it, because sometimes we just know that this is a robot replying or not, or is it a real person or not, and then we can communicate, right? And from there I can get the feeling if it's an honest one, it's it legit. I can ask questions, because we have some rules in Europe in having a company or a business. Yeah, that's one. And then I was invited in the community of at the time around already around 100,000 people at that time when I got started. So when I see some results, many of like regular people like me who are full-time parents or full-time employee, earning 4 to 5 digits a month or and more, why can't I? So what's the difference? So I think skepticism is normal, but It starts from the curiosity to change our lives, right? Why we are here? Why do we want to change? And then how we can change it. So we need to find a way how we can change it. And this business um, made that, at least for me and thousands of people here in the business. So what I can say is just go to the webinar, and then it's free anyway, nothing to lose. And you can find it, whether this is for you or not. Ask questions if you have any doubts. And then let's see, if it's not for you, then you can go to your normal routine.
Yeah, you know, for me, when I saw the ad, I was like, I I'd recently lost money in some businesses, so I was a bit skeptical, and
Mhm.
then I'm like, this is not tangible.
Mhm.
It's not tangible, it's not a physical product. But then I decided that I need something had to give in my life. So I decided that okay, let me just it's free. If the webinar is free, let me watch, and then afterwards, when I joined the community, I saw some people that I knew, and I reached out to them like, oh, and they were like, oh, this business is this, is that, they explain. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. At least there's no how you come to the community and you really not see a familiar face. That's one thing I've noticed. And then also, it's okay for one to be afraid, but what is not
Mhm.
okay is to stay afraid. You just
Mhm.
have to take that bold step of faith. Imagine if I was still scared and I didn't do anything about it. I'll
Mhm.
still be there. I won't have time for my children, and I'll still be worried about how we're going to
Mhm.
put them through college. So the answer most times is that the is behind the door, but you just have to open the door and then go
Mhm.
in. Like we said, if you don't find out, you don't know if it's for you or it's not for you. So for people that
Exactly.
are curious about how to get started, what are the few steps they need to, take and get started to having their own business?
I think the first step will definitely watch the webinar, because from here you can see the story. You can see some important pillars in our business, which is a comparison from the other online businesses out there. So you can see yourself in more details about how we're earning, how we're making clients, and so on. So the first thing is watch the free webinar. Okay, 90 minutes spare time at a time. Of course, sometimes we said, oh, I don't have that much time of 90 minutes. Yeah, you can watch maybe 30 minutes now, and then the rest of 30 minutes later, or you can always make time. Yeah, if you really want it, you will make time. So I watch plenty of webinars because it's really inspiring. So you can watch it and then contact the person that you get in touch that when you saw the ad, and then ask questions, and then go to the community, and then do your due diligence for sure. And yeah, and then you can decide whether this is for you or not. What I can say is what made me convinced that this is a good business. The first was it's legit. Yeah, because um, we pay taxes wherever you are in the world. We pay taxes, and you can simply do it anytime you want. Because I'm a parent, I was working full time at that time. I have two toddlers as well, two babies. It was like 9 months old and 2.5. So I didn't have much time to do anything else other than my job and my kids. So this business you can do simply anytime you want, while the kids are sleeping, or whenever you have time. Yeah, and that didn't ask for like long hours being in doing this business. So I think the only way, if I want to get more income out there, is by finding a second job, which is go outside of home, spend physically there for certain hours. But with this one, you can do it anytime.
Yes, finding a second job or a third job means that you pay more taxes, and that's just working hard and not working smart. And like to add to what you have just said, there's the training site. There's no how you'll be in this business and you not develop personally as a person. We have a world class based video training site that you get to learn a lot of things. I remember where I was before I started this business and the skill set I have now because of this business. And you have a mentor, you have a coach, lifetime access to a mentor and a coach. When I had done a lot of businesses, and for me, I wanted coaches, people that had gone through it, that had experience to put me through. I had even paid, and I discovered that most of the time the coaches are not willing to help. Or in this business, I've had amazing mentor and a coach that has helped me make the journey faster for me. And for me, my greatest blessing is that I'm able to help moms like me to achieve
Mhm.
that life that they wanted, being there for their children and not having to worry about how they are going to do it. So for me, that's one of the greatest blessings. And then I'm home to take care of my children. I have a business and I'm developing. So for me, that's a blessing. That's one of the blessing, and I'll continue to thank God for this business. Okay, so before we go, what do you have to say for foreigners, especially foreigners, people in Germany? Let me bring it down home.
Mhm.
Foreigners in like Germany, Africans, Filipinos, Indonesians in Germany that are looking for extra income, and maybe some of them are looking for more jobs or more certification. What do you have to say to them? That what's like the easy way out or the best way that you can advise them to do so that they can have extra income and not sacrifice time with their family.
Yeah, exactly what you just said about sacrificing time. Sometimes the higher our position in the company, the more time that it will consume us, right? So now there is a smart way, like you said, that we can earn from home. Remember, the era keeps changing. If we're not following the era, then we will left behind. Now many of jobs are replaced with the AI. So if we are not ready to follow all the trend with the technology, then we will be left behind. So what we can do, for me, it's amazing if I'm a construction manager. So in terms of income, I'm pretty stable and pretty good. But the thing is, again, my position and my time, I cannot. Money and time cannot work together as an employee. So we need to sacrifice our time with the kids, right? But with why can't we just build something else, invest in ourselves, build our own company or own business from home without sacrificing those income, the main source of income. Once we have the source of income replaced from this business, then you can step down slower and then you have more time for your kids. So it is doable with this business. So what I would say for all employees out there, all immigrants around the world, we look for greener pasture when we travel abroad, right? When we move to another country. So what we can do, look something else that is not consuming your time, but have the earning possibility that is higher than your main source. So digital business, there is no ceiling for the the earnings. So you can always replace your income, your main source of income from here, and then just do it from home. So just look into the webinar and watch it many times if you need it, and then seek for yourself if this is for you. You don't have to leave your job in doing this business. The business will be on your name. You can inherit it to your kids later on. So your career right now will just stop on you. Well, if has something happen with us, our kids will not benefit for our manager title, right? But in this business, the kids can run it later if something happens with us. So just do the diligence and then watch the free webinar.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Debbie. To cap it up, I'll just say this that with employment, when you're an employee, your income is capped. But
Mhm.
with having your own business, your income, you can't like say that okay, it's unlimited. Let me put it that way. It's not capped like when you're an employee. So I just want to encourage you. This is an opportunity we're presenting. Look into it. There's no harm in being curious and looking into
Mhm.
it and decide if it's the for you or not. So thank you so much. That's that for this morning. And thank you so much, Debbie, for coming to my page. I've had an amazing time with you this morning. Thank you. So you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Debbie, whichever one of us is fine. We just want you to have that life that you have always dreamt of. So thank you. Have an
Thank you.
amazing Tuesday.
Have a
Thank you
blessed
so much.
day.
Yeah, bye
Bye.
bye.